Don't show off. Let me start with this: there's no power in showing off. There's no strength in arrogance. True power, true confidence, that's quiet. It's steady. It doesn't demand attention. When you focus on showing off, what are you really doing? You're looking for applause, for validation, for someone to pat you on the back and say, "Wow, look at you." But here's the truth: life doesn't reward the loudest person in the room. It rewards the person who works the hardest when nobody's looking. It rewards the person who builds something real, something solid, something lasting. So why do people show off? Why do they feel the need to flaunt what they have or exaggerate their success? The answer, my friends, is simple: insecurity. A person who is confident in themselves doesn't need to shout it to the world. They don't need to post every move they make. They don't need to prove anything to anyone. Let your work speak for itself. Listen to me carefully. Your work, your dedication, your results, those are the things that speak for you. You don't have to announce your greatness. You don't have to demand attention. Because if you're truly putting in the effort, people will see it. They'll feel it. You don't have to sell yourself when your results are undeniable. The problem with showing off is that it's shallow. It's a quick fix. It might get you a little attention today, maybe even some admiration tomorrow, but what happens when the spotlight fades? What happens when people realize there's no substance behind the show? Showing off is a short-term game, and life, real life, is about the long term. The power of humility. Now, I want to talk to you about humility. Humility doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you don't know your worth. Humility means you're grounded. It means you understand that you don't need to announce your greatness. You just live it. Think about the most successful people in the world. The ones who truly make an impact. They don't go around bragging about how great they are. They don't need to. Because their work speaks for itself. Their success is evident in what they've built, in the lives they've changed, in the legacy they leave behind. Humility keeps you grounded. It reminds you that no matter how far you've come, there's always more to learn. There's always more to give. When you're humble, you're focused on the work, not the praise. You're focused on the journey, not the destination. And that's where real success is found, in the process, in the grind, in the quiet moments when no one's watching. What are you chasing? Now, let me ask you this: what are you chasing? Are you chasing applause? Are you chasing validation? Are you chasing likes and followers and attention? Or are you chasing excellence? Are you chasing purpose? Because if all you want is attention, you'll get it. But it won't last. Attention is fleeting. It's empty. But purpose, that's eternal. Purpose gives your life meaning. Purpose drives you to keep going when the applause stops, when the crowd goes home, when it's just you and the work. So stop chasing the spotlight. Stop trying to impress people. Stop living for the approval of others. Live for something greater. Work for something bigger. Build a legacy, not a moment. The quiet grind. Let me tell you something about success: it doesn't happen in the spotlight. It doesn't happen when people are cheering your name. Success happens in the quiet. It happens in the early mornings, the late nights, the long hours when no one's around to see you. That's the grind. That's the real work. And if you're too busy showing off, you're missing it. You're missing the opportunity to grow, to learn, to improve. So here's my advice: keep your head down. Keep working. Stay focused. And don't worry about who's watching. Because when the time is right, when you've truly earned it, the world will see what you've built. And they'll respect you not because you shouted it from the rooftops, but because it's undeniable. The loudest voice isn't the strongest. Remember this: the loudest voice in the room is not always the strongest. In fact, more often than not, the loudest voice is the weakest. It's the person who feels the need to prove something, to cover up their insecurity. But the quiet one, the one who moves in silence, that's the person who's truly strong. Because strength isn't about volume. It's about consistency. It's about perseverance. It's about showing up every single day, putting in the work, and letting the results speak for themselves. A challenge to you. So I want to challenge you today. Stop showing off. Stop worrying about who's watching. Stop chasing the applause. Instead, focus on the work. Focus on the journey. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself, not for the approval of others, but for yourself. And when you do that, when you stop showing off and start showing up, something amazing happens. You grow. You evolve. You become the kind of person who doesn't need to demand respect, because you've earned it. Final words. So don't show off. Be humble. Be disciplined. Be consistent. And let your work do the talking. Because at the end of the day, greatness doesn't need a spotlight. It just shines.